Hello, hello. I'm Sharon, Texture Junkies. If you're watching this on replay, I hope you have a good time. We're going to read some oracle cards, and then I'm going to share a process that I usually do off camera. And because it's detailed, and it's mixed media assemblage shrines that I make a lot of, or assemblages. And welcome in. So, if you're there in the background, say hello so I know. And we don't have Kylie today. She had a meeting, and that's okay. We're going to figure it out without her. Maybe for tomorrow's live stream, if somebody wants to volunteer um, to read chat while she has a party to go to, that would be awesome too. So let me know. Leave a comment or message me if you're already in there with me. Okay, so I'm just going to get started. I got some new cards. Well, I have, they're not like these ones. They're more inspiring. It's about the pictures, really. And so I'm going to share those. And they are the Journey of the Lonely Soul, which is weird because the cards don't indicate like lonely soul stuff. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Julie. Hello. Thought I was here by myself. We don't have Kylie today. She had a meeting. So, and then tomorrow she has a party to go to during the live stream because it's evening for her. So hey Eddie, do you want to mod for me tomorrow? I mean, you could mod for me right now, but read some chat for me. You don't have to show your face, just your voice. So these ones are really pretty, and that's why we got them. But they actually do have some good words on them. I'm glad to see you guys here. Thank you. So I'm just going to pick one of those out. I don't want to expose them all at once. I want to show you the artwork here. And this says Edge of the Eternal, which is really smart right now, I think, as we're going through these big changes. You can mod tomorrow? That would be amazing. Okay, yeah, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one out, and they're all just gorgeous pictures. So, and you notice I have my camera a little farther away today, and that is because we're doing something a little larger, and I want you guys to see, so that's why it's a little farther away. So there she is. You have some warped cardstock. You're cutting off the warped sections. Well, you got to do what you got to do, huh? I already shuffled these off camera. Boy, they're trying to fly. Warped from moisture? Yeah. Australia isn't real moist, is it? I mean, we're gonna take that one. And that one. And that one. Ooh, that one flew out on its own, didn't it? So we have 3, 2, 1. All right. So I'm going to put the deck back here. So number 1 says, oh, self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. That's awesome. There's the card. All right. And the second one is really inner child. This talks about the inner child. We've never had this card. Allow me to give compassion and love to the little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. Goodness sakes. These are the same card, basically. They go together like a story. Okay. And this one, sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. Source is cutting away all that needs to go. Illusion, obsession, addictions. It's sacrifice to love. It's a sacrifice to love. And there's that card right there. It's funny, we got, I didn't know there were any men on these cards, and we got 2 cards with men. And these 2 go together like crazy. So I'm going to put those in order. Take that, and we will let's get pictures of these right now because I have the thing out, Let's see. We're going to do that. And If you want to talk to me, put it in all caps right now, just so I see it. I dug through my stuff, which is a big part of the process of what I'm doing today. I'm so extra calm today. I'm sorry, you guys. I am so extra calm. I actually only had 1.5 cups of coffee, and I've been drinking less coffee. I just, it's been affecting me for some reason. And the last 2 days, again today, like I woke up with a headache, and I'm kind of loopy. And I have a theory about it, actually. I think because if anybody saw the aurora last night, you would know, we actually have the sun kind of pelting us with rays and with radiation. But it's okay. Don't panic. That's all right. Everything will be fine. In any case, I think it is affecting me. And we also, did you hear about the 7.7 magnitude earthquake in Bangkok? Well, it was actually like a 200-kilometer crack, like up the fault. And it was like the whole country of Myanmar. Okay. Isn't that crazy? We have a lot of earth stuff going on right now. Okay, so I'm actually going to take this away because we're going to get a little messy. We're going to be using weird glues and all kinds of stuff, because that's what we do. And I'm going to get out our thing here and here. So I actually went around and dug through like jewelry boxes that I have in here and all kinds of bins that I have organized to my needs. And that's what I do when I do a project like this. I go through and I go, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool. And it's stuff that I'm only going to use like 5% of it or less, but it's stuff that inspires me along the way because I actually don't know what it's going to look like. I let the objects guide me along. I have a brief idea. I mean, there are some things that I know I'd like to see, like a bird, and I think I'm going to put a frame around her face and maybe some stamping on the black and white. But beyond that, I really don't know. So I just let the items guide me. That's all there is to it. I mean, that's just how I work when I do a project like this. And there's a level of frustration, like when I say art goes through an ugly phase, there is a level of frustration when you're like, I just can't find that one piece that fits right there that is absolutely perfect. That is really, once I get over that, that little hump there, then I start like giggling maniacally at my desk and I'm in the zone, like it starts coming together once I find all the pieces. So we're going to let my intuition just guide me along with these pieces. Okay. First, I want to show you some things that I was actually doing this week and last week. These are old. These don't count. So I put together some little cards. I know you may have seen the pictures. And I started on some things to hang, like some window jewelry. It's got holes in it right there. I love this. I love the way it came out. Got another little piece right here. She's really cool. And another little piece right here. I can take this off now. Got it gluing. Oh, I just lost a thing. Did I lose a thing? Where did that go? I don't know where that was. I think it was just sitting there. Okay. So anyway, so that's that. And then her, I'm kind of mad because I punched a hole right here and it dinged the side. And that's really where I need to put the thing. So I'm going to have to find a way to repair that. Anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing. There's a picture with some alcohol ink. It's a copy of a picture. I thought it turned out really cool. And then I had this idea. I had these little strips left over from this. And I thought, well, those are really cool. And yet I found another way to use strips. So doing it like this, like here's one that's partially, partially decorated. You would put it on your page, glue it on, and then you have this kind of tab that sticks up, or you can go this way with it. And aren't these gorgeous? And this is photo paper, alcohol ink. See that? I mean, they could go on tags. They could go on anything, really. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. But all I did was find one that had the back that came in 2 pieces. So it's not sharp on the back, and it's finished on both sides. See that? And then you could probably, put a dangle in it or whatever, but that's actually what's holding it together. So all I did was, kind of loop it around, punch my hole, add my, I thought it was fun. And then these, I always forget to use these things I put in my spray box, and I just really grunged them up. Because I don't use them because they're white, and they just don't draw me in. So I decided maybe they'll draw me in now. Now, these aren't things I'm going to be using in our project. I just wanted to share kind of where I was, what was happening. This is the other one I'm working on, and it's got a clear coat on it. So far, it's going to get more, some jewelry, and I don't know what else, but we'll see. I'm going to put this on the back counter over here so it's not in my way. Okay, and I also did some gel printing because I'm going to show you why. I decided I didn't like this piece. I decided it didn't go too bright. I was kind of trying to match the green in there. Kind of went around with a paint pen, and I just don't like it. I don't. So what I'm going to do is start over. And that is okay. It is okay to start over. I also put a little crackle paste around this frame, and it's dry now. So I kind of have a plan there because we're going to further distress this. I don't know what medium yet, because it's not paste. It's the crackle fluid. I'm waiting for some paste to come in the mail, but it can't be here until tomorrow. So I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to show you some gel printing that I did with this in mind, and then further, I have the ones that I have chosen to look through and decide from down on the bottom of the bin there. So I'm going to show you real quick. And I worked with some alcohol ink and paint, and I love the way this came out. It's so beautiful. I really love it. And I hadn't used the stencil yet, so I thought, well, this is a great time to do it. If anybody's in the lobby or up in the balcony, give us a wave and let us know you're here. Sherry showed up at like 9 o'clock and said, hey, how's everybody? And I think she got the time wrong. There's another, let's paint, obviously. This one turned out really good. I like that. It was a long haul. There's that. Just some fun, I didn't really, I'll take some photos, but not a lot. But the ones I decided on to choose from, let's get to those. So I stuck them in here, and I have a little cart behind me that's holding all the little 3D bits that we're going to kind of go through, the things that guide me along, so I don't have to get up and go dig, hopefully. Hey, Anne. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. So alcohol ink, I do have some of that. So if I want to use a dye on that, maybe the world or, something crazy, I could use that. That is some assemblage writing. I really like this as far as this goes. Let's see. I don't know why that's there. And I really like this. That's pretty cool too. So we'll decide. I'll let you guys help me decide on that one, because you know, I like them both, so it's fine. We also have this that we could use. Let's see, this one's pretty good, but I was kind of thinking we might take one of these shapes and cut it out. But if we use this, we don't have to because it's already kind of got that shape at the top. Let's see. I'm almost done here. And then we'll get to it. I do have my glue gun out today for time's sake, because let me get these out of here. Because normally I would use paste and I would take a couple weeks to make something like this, but because we're doing it on camera, we need it to dry a little faster than that. So anyway, let's put this stuff away. Get it out of my face. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to leave this one out. We'll see if I need it. May or may not. And then I've got this little bucket of other stuff over here. I've got like some arches and some tissue, a couple pieces of paper, and then some metal bits. There's some that's, you know, just a little variety of weird stuff right here. Put that behind me. And a new board. I need a new, I had one out here. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so one thing that I did do, I knew that she was going to, I went ahead and glued her to this. I cut her arm out and I put her arm over the top of it so I can put something in her hand. Do you see? That'll make it really fun, I think. And I went ahead and like decided kind of what was going on here and cut out a mask in case I needed to say I want to do some splatter, or I want to back her. I could back her with it. And that's the flower that goes behind her head. And I really should back her. That would be a good idea. I mean, that wouldn't hurt me at all. And then I also traced it out on this. I don't remember for what reason, but I did. I don't remember why. So anyway, I think this one needs trimmed just a little bit more. Now it's stuck. Oh yeah. Okay, come on. There we go. So I think she's so beautiful. And I have this idea to maybe put a frame right over her. So, you know, around just her face, and we'll see what happens. So that being said, I'm just going to trim a little off this edge right here and stick that there, this here. And then this is just the back of a notebook, and the reason I do it this way is so that I can do any gluing and work on my plain surface that goes in the background, and then glue that in, and it makes it so much easier, because trying to get in here because it's deep is not easy, really. So I went ahead and poured some more, I did some more birds, and I did it in resin because the clay was soft. It was moving, you know. So remember, if you have something to say to me, put it in all caps, and I'm just going to get started here. So we'll be doing some 3D bits in the front of her, and I'm probably going to trim out the corners because, you know, it needs it. Okay, that's kind of perfect right there. All right, so what do you guys think of this one? It's a lot of it's gonna get covered, but or we have, so we've got A and we've got B. And B, I think I like this top right here. And it's like rusty. I did get out some sand to do some texture too on the frame. And I think I'm going to put something on, I'm going to use it like a shelf as well. So we're going to put stuff on top of it and maybe below. Any sort of thing that I need to do with the hammer or the drill or anything, I will do that between our streams because I'm doing this again at noon tomorrow. So which one do we like? Do we like A or B? That's B. And a lot of it's going to get covered. That's A. Yeah. I mean, we won't see a lot of it, but do we like this one because of this or this one because it's more rusty? They both look, yeah, I know. I'm having a really hard time deciding. Well, let's see this. I think this one might go better with our sides that we did last time. What do you think? Yeah? Oh, you like B better. Okay. This one goes as well. So we're going to do B. B wins. We got it. All right, I'm going to set that aside. Let us, we know that flower is going to go behind her head. But I have an idea for some jewelry as well. So I want to cut this out. There's going to be other things too. I have an idea. Oh no, she has an idea. So did we bring our funny bones? Everybody got a beverage of choice and having a good Friday? Is it Saturday for you now, Julie? Yeah, Eddie's going to go with B as well. Okay, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down, and all I'm going to do is put glue all over it and slap it down this way because it's a little bit easier. And for this, I'm going to use my favorite glue, which is... So I always have so much fun doing the digging part, going through all my little bits, you know, like I have a bucket that's full of little frames, and I have a cart that's got, it's almost like typing drawer on the top of it, and it fits perfectly. And then I've got the piece that Bill brought home of acrylic that was a windshield in a police car of some sort. And because that's what he does. Sometimes he builds them, but sometimes they take them apart too. So, you know, I'm going to use a palette knife. Where's my palette knife? So yeah, he brought this home, and it fits on my cart perfectly over the tray of really cool items, you know, antique items. There's like little fuses and light bulbs and hardware and rusty things. And, you know, so it's really fun to look through there. And then I have little tins that I use that have hardware. So, I mean, it's all organized per the way I dig, really. All right. So let's use the brush for the edges here. Just want to make sure it's on there really good before we start gluing stuff to it. So I need to refill this. Okay, this is the best glue. And if you don't put it on this thick, you're guaranteed not to have any ripples or bubbles or whatever. It's just perfect. And I talk about it all the time. The Crafters Workshop should be sending them to me for free at this point, because all I do is advertise this glue. It's my I always call it my favorite glue. You need a beverage? You got your tea? I have tea today. I made some, do I have the right? Yeah. I made some kava tea. I made a batch of it, like with three glasses in it. And I put cinnamon black tea bags in there as well. And it's delicious. Okay. So I just want to make sure the edges are probably not going to show. So that doesn't matter. But, you know, kind of get it centered. Now, I got a heavy book over here. I'm going to put on it. Got to make sure nothing's going to stick to it, though. I'm going to put it in here and stick it underneath a heavy book for a moment while we do something to this frame. Where's my heavy book? I moved it. All right. There we go. All right, let's play with the frame. So I'm going to set this tray aside too, because I don't need to do anything with that. Sometimes I end up like taking pieces like this and painting them ahead of time, and then I don't end up using them. So I end up with some really cool pieces that have already been treated for the next project. I'm pretty bad about that. But I do have a whole cart of weird things over here next to me, which is fun. Okay, let me get that in water. So I have to decide, because I use the crackle medium, I have to decide kind of how I'm going to treat this. Because it's not paste. Now I could use like a dry brush technique might be the best, I think. And we'll see if it shows up. I mean, it'll take a moment to dry, but so I kind of want to add a color. And going with my usual colors, maybe I should add, let me think here, my usuals. I'm thinking I want the blue from this, but, you know, like a lighter version of it, maybe, if I can. And I wonder if I can use, sorry guys, this one. Let me see. I'm hoping, I've never used this on Crackle, but I'm hoping I can use my high flow here. So if I take a little bit of phthalo green and let's see, and a little bit of white to tone it back, and then I'm going to add a little bit of brown to it, or I could do a little burnt sienna, because that these two colors will make brown. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little burnt sienna. I'm gonna use that one right there. So we're just mixing to get. Oh, she's cool. She's in there. I don't know why she's in there. Wait, there's more. Oh, this was a little kid's card. Okay, all right, she can be in there. Let's set this to the side. Okay, I'm gonna get a piece of paper out here that I can do this on, just in case I have a spill. And now I need a container to mix this in, and I have lots of those. I just need to find one. You know, I planned ahead for this. What I did was I dug and dug and dug. All right, well, I'm gonna go with a palette, I guess. I have those right here. Or I like to use a lid. A lid is always a really, it's the right size. It's, you know, I'm gonna use this piece of plastic. That's a piece of plastic that I've run through the embossing machine. And when this is done, using it as a palette, it should be pretty awesome. All right. For a minute, I started decorating the... That's ridiculous. I haven't used these in ages. I love them. So we're just gonna, what I'm doing is making it sort of an aged tertiary sort of color. And a little bit of white. Ah, it's on me. And lightening it a bit. Darn it. All right, and then I want a dry brush, and it needs to be just a little stiff, but maybe not too small. I see people using brushes that are too small for their purpose a lot, and all I can think is get a bigger brush, you know, because it looks like a lot of work when they take like a brush this size and they're painting this big thing one color. The whole time I'm thinking, get a bigger brush, you know. So this one's really stiff. This one is kind of soft. And what I need is something that I can dry brush and drag across that, because we want it to crack, right? I don't want it that big. You know, I wish it was in between these two. I'm going to use this one. I have more brushes downstairs, but okay, that definitely needs more of this to age it out, because these two colors will make brown. Oh, look at that. It's perfect. Look at that. I love it when that happens. Do you see how it looks like that aged sort of, oh, it's good. All right. I could add just a touch more. I don't know why this is bubbly. Maybe I shook it too much. Touch more of that. Oh, yeah. That's a good color. Okay. Well, I mixed it with this. So let's get a lot of that off there. And when you're doing crackle, you're supposed to go one direction. And I'll wipe some of this back off too. So you choose, you know, like you've got to go, I put the crackle on in this direction. So that's the direction I need to bring my brush. So when you're doing crackle, remember, you know, which way you went. It's really important for it to work. And this actually could work pretty fast, being, you know, because it dries fast. So we'll see. And then I'm going to do some sanding on it. Never used this kind of paint though for this purpose. All right. And then I did do the edges, and I don't have to paint the whole thing. This is why the camera's so far away right here. And then I can sponge this after we'll treat the back. So I'm not worried about that because I'll probably be drilling a hole here or here to add things. Okay. Now we could probably watch that crack in real time if it works. We shall see. So I'm going to set this to the side and we're going to get right on this. Now I've got this tray. Got our paper. Let's cut it out and start figuring out where all of this goes. I have stuff that I kind of might be set on, but it could change. No spilly. All right. And then let's stick this palette somewhere here. So anything that's going to take longer to dry, what I'll do is I'll just, I'll do that stuff off camera in between. Like if I rust something, I'll begin to rust it and then I'll finish rusting it off camera. I'll show you guys how I go about doing it, you know, but it was so hard not to work on this, you guys. It was difficult. It was really hard. I need to clean my scissors now. My husband's home today. He wasn't feeling good, and he never ever misses work. He has a pretty tough job, and I told him, if you're going to stay home, you need to do something that raises your vibration. You need to go rebalance your nervous system. So that's what he's doing. He's in his drone room right next to mine, and I love it when we're both in our rooms. It doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to just get the corners here. Doesn't really matter, but, you know, just in case. All right. Get that off of there. Make the job easier. Did you guys see? I used this for my glue, and these were some really cool cards that I got. And I made this little box, and I store my glue in it like this. All right. So we've got her. We know we're using her. And I kind of want to do a bit of stamping on this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and back her. I think this is going to get glued down. And that's fine. So let's do that first. And then I can cut it out. Or I can ink it, keep it, you know, it's totally fine too. All right. So, you know, I kind of need to use better glue. I should use this one because this is from an antique book and it's really thin. So I'm going to use this very, very sparingly because it's pretty thick right now. I'm going to use a brush for it. You know, there's so many different kinds of glue that get used in a project like this. Is Mo otherwise occupied? Oh, will you send her the link? I should have sent it to her individually, and I didn't, and I feel bad. I didn't even think about it. Thanks for pointing that out. Hi, Lexi. A friend from pottery class invited me out for dinner. Oh, but you get to watch for 20 minutes? That's awesome. Will somebody send the link to Mo? That would be amazing. Julie, that's funny because Lexi just popped in. Did you have a feeling? What was that? You had a premonition or something. Lexi, you'll have to go back and look at the cards that I pulled. They all went together and they were cards I had never pulled before. It was pretty awesome. Okay, don't want it drying on me before I get to it. Both of these are antique books, but the one is pretty thin and it's a lot older. Okay, so, you know, and when I do things like back these and, you know, I just use what I have. I use recycling. I use, you know, you guys know me. I'm all about making ugly things pretty and saving things for the landfill. All right, so, and then if I need to go around with a bead of the other glue, I can. So many different kinds of glue get used in a project like this, though. All right, so no wrinkles. I love it. I love it very much. So I'm not going to glue her down yet because I want to decide, I will trim that out. I want to decide, do I want to bring her out a little bit? And I can do that by putting a piece here and having it fold up if I want to have her stick out. She is kind of delicate though. And if I did do that, it would mean another stronger piece because it's just cardstock. Because I just made it for a mask originally. But the other thing I could do is use foam. Let's see. I mean, there's different ways I could do that. But if I put a frame around her face, let me get my frames here. I pulled out some little frames here. I know, put the glue away, put the glue away. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. You're going to catch the replay tomorrow. Lexi, I'm going to be live tomorrow too. Because I'm trying to get this, you know, kind of worked out on camera because I've never done a project like this on camera. Okay, so I've got all these little frames and I thought it would be fun to, can't see her flower anymore though, to frame her out. That one's not terrible. And that is like an old curtain ring or something. I've got these ones, but I think they're too big. Oh, I don't hate that one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not, maybe I'll do something else instead. I'm thinking real quick here. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay, I'm putting this away. Remember, it was just a thought. Got this bin over here with the gel prints in it that I can put all my discards in right now. I usually end up with lots of little trays of stuff and dishes. And I have a pile of empty containers over by my little bits. And that's what I use to organize kind of what I pull. So idea right here. Let's see if this would work. So I have my mica tiles here. Now I did this on the paper doll recently that I made, and I put it over her eyes. And perhaps that is kind of, see, and I can make these thinner because they are, you know, mica tiles peel. This one's such a gorgeous color, but you can't see through it. Let's see. I can use a thinner piece. I don't know why I want to do this, but I do. I just feel like she needs something around her face. And I think that's fun. She can get more, you know, more little rays coming off her head or whatever, but I love the colors that these are. This one is very clear though. Oh, this is the kind I used for the other one. It's got little holes in it and I ended up sewing it on. I don't have to. It's kind of like a mask. I don't have to do this. This can be an afterthought, I guess. This is one that I put through the embossing machine. Look at that. And it's a mica tile. All the different colors. They're so beautiful. I do have more. It's just these are the machine cut pieces, which are kind of fun. No, I'm just not seeing the shape I want. So that's a no. And this is how we do it. Dig until we are inspired. Let's look through the pieces that we have then. All right. Oh, I did leave those out, didn't I? Well, that was silly. They'll never get put back if I don't do it right now. And I left that one out. Shelf. Okay. So let's look at our bits. I still left one out. Oh my gosh. You sit there. Maybe it wants to be out. Maybe this one was already out. Put those two together. So I have all these little bits. Let's see. So I kind of want to use this and have it go up the sides. So I aged it, I sanded it, and I folded it. And I think it's going to go like that on the side. And, you know, because we've got a deep frame. I have these birds. See, this one is the foam one and it just broke. But I did a bunch more. So I've got, let's see, there's the smaller one. I'm going to take that out. These are the ones I did the other day. Oh, that's so sad. Sad. I want to get this tray off my desk. That's just it. So I decided that I also, so this will go on the frame, this. I'm going to put that on the tray. I also decided I might want to cut one of these out and put it on this side. Just this shape right here. How do we feel about that? Maybe. I think there was another piece too. That's the other piece of that. So I'm going to stamp on her real quick. Move the tray, move the tray. I have this that I could use. I'm sorry, guys. I'm digging over here on the side. So what I'm going to do, if I can't make my mind up, that means I'm just going to do it because I don't want to fuss with it a whole bunch. So, I mean, I do want to fuss with it, but because we're on camera this time, let's, you know, like I'm just going to make decisions. Just snap decisions here with the paper, and then we'll go to the 3D bits. All right, so I'm kind of thinking like it's going to go like this. And I've got this old tag from a dress, Levine. It's beautiful. And it looks new. So I thought that would be a fun addition. We'll figure out what goes in her hand too. I also have this little thing that says stop, slow, half full. And this could go up here perhaps. We'll see. I'm setting that off to the side. All right, let's cut her out. We were waiting for that. And I've got a stamp on her. This is why I don't really do this type of project on camera, because I've tried and filmed and end up with like 9 videos. I'm going to leave that around her head because I really fuss around a lot and there's a lot of gaps. But that's why I dug ahead so I could kind of be more prepared for it. So stamping, let's go. So I've got this here. You know, I love this stamp and this stencil. So I'm thinking I'm just going to add add that to the back actually, and maybe emboss it with embossing powder. Do you like this one? It's just going to be random. Maybe that one. I use this one a lot. Let's use this one. There we go. All right, put that back. And then I have, there's a music that I want to put on her. Okay, so I've got this. I'm just going to stamp right on this. My foam first. I've got so much crap around me. It doesn't help. I don't want to get this on my mouse pad. All right, so I'm just going to kind of give her some random interest here. Give her some music. That's nice. I'm not mad at that. Take that off. Oh, kind of got to put the lid on that, don't I? I just refreshed it too. All right. Emboss or don't emboss? That is the question, isn't it? Let's see what I got here. Because it is drying as we speak. Okay, I'm just going to use a party mix right here. Got a piece of paper. Ready to go. And anything that is still wet, it will stick to. So I just want it randomly on there. Ugh, why? Why? I'm gonna have to get a soft brush. I love when I put all the leftovers, they go in here, you know, like when I have just a little bit left and I don't want to put it back in the jar. I do use my gold quite often. Let's get this brush and, oh, I know why. There's a little pigment. I forgot. There's a little bit of pigment in there. Just getting it off the spots I don't want. Okay. I don't think the pigment will do anything. I mean, it just kind of colors the thing there. This won't take long. Okay, close your ears. Are you ready? Oh, hi, Yolande. Hi, Jenny. Oh, you're almost done with your first river table. Oh, that's wonderful. Those are so gorgeous. Where did I get my mica tiles? I got them on Etsy, actually. There are the machine tiles are actually used for things. Well, you know, in like, I don't know, computer chips and stuff. And those are harder to find. But you can buy the raw mica tile, which I showed, I think, in my last video, or the one before that. I pulled out the box that I have all the big pieces in. And you can emboss it, you can cut it, you can, you know, do lots of things with it. It's really a fun thing to work with. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. Sorry. Mostly the gold stuff. That's fun. All right. So this is what we have. I really like that. I feel like the gold pigment stuck to that. It's not embossed at all, but it's stuck to the ink. Isn't that fun? I think I just discovered something, guys. If the pigment sticks to that ink, we can use our mica or our pigments in a new way. Who'd have thought that? I mean, can you guys see that? This part is not embossed. It is pigment stuck to StazOn when it dried. We're going to have to explore that, aren't we? That'll be fun. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of this off of her right here. Don't want it. And I'll have to define her hand, you know, like where it's at, because it's blending in, you know. I'll probably put a shadow under her arm, stuff like that. I'll trace this one out. But that'll be when it's time. All right, put that one away. Let's go to this one. I don't know why I put away the stuff here, because if I'm going to do this one with this randomly, you guys, did you like this one better than the oh gosh, the triangles, the sorry, the diamonds? I'm having a moment. So I'm going to get a different color out now. And I think I'm just going to do like a gold, because, or do we want to use copper? Copper might be nice. Pewter, copper, black, pewter or copper, guys. Pewter or copper? I need your opinion. This is you guys helping me make an assemblage. Okay, copper it is. No one? You don't know either. Copper. Okay, we got copper. Okay, so I'm just gonna randomly stamp this out, and here's my plan. I'm not putting the pad down. What I'm going to do is take this and do this. So where it is embossed, or where it is inked, will be stamped. It's not really showing up, is it? Down. There we go. And I didn't want to cover that. That's why I was having a moment there. Okay, I think that's good enough, actually. Then we'll get some of this copper on here. Close that up. Get away from me. You go away. All right, before this dries, please. Now you can use, this ink takes a moment to dry, and that's why it works for this. But you can use your, you know, the clear stuff that they make for this. I'm just using this because, well, it's out. So do a little bit of this, kind of clean up where I don't want it. And it's just going to fly away anyway. Come here, you. You know, I think all embossing powder should come in a pot and not a tube. I have some that are like this, and you're like, how do you get that back in there? That's dumb. You know? These ones right here I love because it's easier to get it back in there. And I don't use embossing powder in the traditional way. I use it for mixed media. You guys know that by now, right? All right, one more moment with this. Oh, you didn't know it was for this one? You can't believe you're saying this, but pewter. Oh, Well, maybe we'll post computer on something else. That's fine. Sorry about this. Close your ears, guys. I don't usually do this stuff on camera if I can help it. And Kylie's not here for me to turn it off. Come on, you know you want to. Usually it comes out at the back end, it starts shining. There we go. That part's probably not even going to show, and I'm all concerned about it because it's behind her head. The part that's really going to show is this part right here that I wanted. Just a tiny bit. I'm not really, I never thought I was a pewter person, but lately I've discovered that I love that pewter embossing powder. I can't remember what I used it on. Come on, why are you having such a hard time? He really is having a difficult time. Oh, I know why. It's because it's cold with glue underneath. It's still drying, so it's competing. Well, when I'm done with the project, I'm going to have to hit it with the heat tool anyway, because if I use hot glue for time purposes, that means that, you know, I'll need to get all the little strings off, and I can work on that a little bit more because, I mean, it's cold. It was cold on the back. That was why it was having a difficult time. It'll get completely melted. It's just kind of, you can see the individual pieces. I don't know if you can see that. And it hasn't melded together. So it's melted, but not. All right, and this goes right here. Right, and I did this once. All right, so let me do something around her head here. Let's get our little tray out, put some more stuff on it. Oh, no, I wonder if I can just do that. That's a bracelet. That's fun, right? And I have buckets of weird stuff here. I put a little more on there, and I do have some jewelry right here. So we know we're using this. I'm going to set this up there. You know it goes there. I keep this so I can put it away hot. I have a bread pan back on in my cubby, which is nice. Party mix away. Too much stuff on my desk. Okay, so I have some goodies here, and this is my secondary. Some other weird stuff is in this box. I probably have another bracelet that's gold. And then I have, let's see, if we do something kind of around her, we don't have a lot of room to work with. So, and we might want to put her all the way down at the bottom, or almost like a little lower. But I do have, put them all in here, these little diamonds that I pulled out of here. These ones are old. Those are too colorful for my taste. Those ones are purple. This one is a bracelet, and it's old, and it looks old. I have some new stuff that looks just like this too, but I can't get it apart. Well, that might be handy if it's not twisted. It's twisted. How do I do it? I don't know how. I'm going to have to cut it. It does not want to come apart. What is wrong with you? Well, I was kind of thinking like it would be fun to put something around her head, around the flower piece, or right here would be nice. She's got like a pearl cap on her already. Let's get this other one out. I've got the black there. I think the skinnier stuff here is probably a better plan. I like that because it's aged, but I might have to just go ahead and cut it open. I mean, that's what this is for anyway. So, but this, see how sparkly that one is. It's very shiny. Shiny, shiny. And there's a big difference there. So, and this one's a little smaller too. So I could use the old one or I could use the new one. I kind of like that. I like that around there. I like it around her head, I think. I think right here. And then we'll do something else here. But I'm going to cut this one and do it. I'm thinking that's the choice, right? We should do that. We're going to be hanging some chain stuff on this too across. So I'll have another opportunity to use some of that if I want. Let's see. We know we're using a bird. We're probably using this in the front of the box, kind of like a little fence. I've got some pieces here. I did that with that other, with the dude, the paper dolls that I had. I don't want to cover her whole face. I don't know. We'll see if I use one of those. That could go on top. I don't want anything out right now that's going to go on top or, you know, in these other places. But let's see. Okay, that's out. Out. I know you hear me digging through stuff here. Anything here around her head. That's what we're working on right now. Nope. And how about here? My desk is shrinking, guys. It's shrinking. Oh no, it's shrinking. Ooh. Okay, this is from an old necklace and it's got this really delicate chain. And I wonder, oh, I can't turn it enough. It won't do it. Oh, I like that. It almost reminds me of the Hawaiian, when they wear the flowers around their head like this. It's kind of sticking out like that. Let's see. This has just got some weird stuff in it, you know. We all need weird stuff, especially me. I mean, like, I save stuff like that to make things for my husband. Let's see. Oh, I really like that. It's possible. Oh, here's another piece. Oh, yay. Okay, that's an old one. A piece of rosary. We're going to leave that out. And a piece of watch. This one's beautiful, but it would take up way too much space, so that's for something larger. I think that's good. I think we did it. What do you guys think? So I'm going to put this away. Back in its little cubby over here. All right. So I'm going to set this on. I've got this little tray right here. Also, it's got more like jewelry stuff on it, which these need to go there. Got little bits. Let's just put all of them on there. This away, this away. Little bird. We know that's going on there. That might. Just putting it away. Now, how about fabric? Do I want to put any fabric on it? Like maybe some of my rusted fabric, or that needs to go there. Anything like that? Because I could do that. I have that. So one thing I do have, this is from a, it's velvety, and it's from a playing card box, and the paper was peeling off. You need to make a dangle for your peacock journal. Bye, Lexi. Thank you for being here. Oh, anyway, I don't think I want to cover that. That's kind of what I was thinking. It says play, and I liked that. So it's too bad it's not the other way, or I would use that. So I guess I'm not. I do really like this part and this after I get it melted. And now I have this smaller one I can actually put around her head here. Oh, that's good. We were waiting for that one, weren't we? It's just on her hat. So I'm going to cut it right there. There's my little snip. Snip, snip, snip. And then I'm going to use a different kind of glue on this one because you see it's, I'm putting this on paper. So I have to make decisions about how to do that. And there are a couple ways I could go. We know that the traditional paper glue won't work. I could use anything that's going to dry clear I need, or I could just take some needle and thread and I could poke some holes where I need it and sew it around. And that would probably be my best option for something like this. And that's where I would go. So that part I will do off camera because it'll take a minute. All I'm going to do is take my awl and I'm going to poke between these things where I need to sew it, like that. And then I will, before I glue her down, and this is one of the reasons I don't just go crazy and, because I don't know if I'm going to need to attach things that way. And I don't need to do it around every one of them, I don't think. But I think that that looks amazing. Now I need to, so we're going to keep that. And I don't like the silver, so that's going away. I just don't want silver, Let's see. I do have some weird things here I could use. Oh, one thing I'd have is this. It's a pin, and all the kids got something like this for Christmas, and it actually says, you are part of me. That's what it says. I could add this here and just poke it through. That would be really fun. Or I have this. I have some other ones too. This one has alcohol ink on it and it kind of sticks out. So I would have to make put a piece of foam back there. Let's see. I got to figure out what she's going to hold, but that'll be a moment here. I think I really like this. What do you guys think? Do you like it? You love this heart or you love the human heart? You like the human heart? The heart. Okay, Yolan, we're here. Fiddling around. We're just here fiddling around, The red one? Okay, so the red one wins. There we go. See? That's nice, isn't it? So I'm going to put a piece of sticky foam back there. I got to find it first because it's not something I use very often. I think it's right. I think they're in here. No. Where the heck are ya? Right here. A piece of foam. I'm going to use this kind. And then to make sure that it sticks, I'm probably going to put a little glue on it too. But I'm doing it because, well, I wonder if I can cut that piece off. Do you see that right there? That piece? The human heart would need some patina. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I've had this for a long time floating around in all my stuff because they came silver and I wanted it a different color. So I started messing with it. I'm going to see if I can cut that off. I mean, I've not tried to cut these off and we'll see. Maybe I don't need the foam. Where's my, there it is. I mean, it's cheap metal. So, oh, yeah. I'll still use a little foam on the back though, because it's indented. So, all right, let's get a little bit of this. Right there. Okay, and I'm going to put some glue down because I don't want this popping off on me. So I'm going to use this kind of glue because it's not going to show. And this is my heavy gel medium. Need a palette knife for that, which already has glue on it. I need to put these back in my way. I better plug in the glue gun, huh? I mean, that might be a good choice here too. But I'm basically using it for its 3D quality here. So I'm just going to fill this kind of in. I don't want it showing. I'm going to put this in here. Take this off. One thing that I do with projects like this is make sure that everything is nice and secure. So, I mean, I've come up with ways to do that because I've been doing it for so long. And I have little tricks, and this is one of them. You know, filling in something that's concave because you need to, and then using the right glue because you need to put it down. Okay, hopefully that works. And I'm going to put it kind of there. Is it making contact? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Keep the human heart for spooky things. Yeah. Yeah. That would be good. Okay, so I need to make sure that that's down. And sometimes you can use tape, like a tape that doesn't stick to, you know, I wonder if I need another one of those, if it's going to make enough contact there. And if I wanted to, I probably could go in and sew it when I go ahead and do the other. I'm going to put a little gold on this because the alcohol ink is like being finicky right there. And I'm just going to finger paint. We don't have anything on our hands yet. It's kind of a problem. I'll add more red back in. Don't worry. Okay, I have to decide if I'm going to go ahead and leave this, or I'm going to cut it. I just haven't figured out how I want to treat it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Easy stuff. Easy, easy. Also cutting that edge off the sticker this way. Yeah, I like it when things are really secure. So I've come up with little tricks to make sure that that happens. So my pieces are very solid. Unless it has like a shelf and it's intended to have something put on the little shelf, like a little bottle, or, you know, sometimes I glue those down and sometimes they come off on purpose. So I should be using different scissors, guys. Like little sharp ones, tiny ones. These ones are awkward and big for things like this right here. All right, throw it away, throw it away. Okay, so far we have some music. We have the heart. This is beautiful with that pigment on it. We're going to put her down here, kind of crooked on purpose. And then something is going to go right here. So I need to figure out kind of what I want to stick there. And because we already have book page, I think it needs to be something different, totally different. And we do have tissue. I have this piece, but that would end up covering that. And you know, it's going to have stuff in front of it, but no. I could put, I've got this piece of a window, but that's another book page. And I've already used a stencil, so I'm just trying to, you know, move around my options here. I could have another flower, but usually I just pick one flower. Oh, I could use this tissue right here, this way. I like that because it creates like a black and white sort of linear thing happening here. With that rough edge, maybe. Put it down a little lower. And then, yeah, I'm going to use that. Is that good? You were thinking, no, don't cover the red. Oh, don't worry. I'll blot some more. And I didn't. There's a lot of red there. It's showing through. Okay. So I want to put this where this edge is. And we're just going to kind of raise that up a little bit. So it needs to go up a little bit higher. So right there. Okay. I'm just going to use a glue stick here because that's all I need. It's tissue paper, so, you know. All right, I glued something down. Yay! Let's cut it up. Wonder how our shrine's doing. I usually don't work on the box until, like, I'll do the steps that I need to do with paint, things that need to dry, but I don't add bits to it until I get the inside done. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just, no, I can't, can I? Because I need to do this. So I can't glue her down yet, and I just lost a diamond. Here, I'll fix that. It's old, so hopefully that'll work. No, flip over. Come on. I got the pin in my mouth. Okay, there we go. There. All right, meanwhile. All right. So I can't glue her down yet. We're going to have to pretend. I'm going to put a paper clip on it, okay? If I can find one. We're going to do one of these. Hold on just a sec. I just don't have paper clips sitting on my desk. Isn't that weird? So just put this on here. Figure out what's going in her hand. And I have a number of really cool things here that I can use. Let's see. Heart mirror, little flowers. Digging through a bin. Hold on. What should she be holding? Should it be like something magical or... Should it be something I have to sew on? Let's see, here's another one. I'm going to get the tray. Let's see. Let's look in here. Set this here. We know we're using some of those. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the clip off of this, and I think I could use this bird on top. She could hold, no, it's too fat. Too fat. All this stuff's too fat. That goes in there, and that goes in there. All right. Some little bits here. Should be just like something round or something I cut out of a book, or he's going here. Got bullets. I've got miniature dice. I don't know how I would glue it on, but that doesn't even go in there. Jewelry. She could hold one of these. It's a lot of red. Let's see. Hold on. But wait, there's more. So I've got these tins. I've got 2 of them. And these always, they say mixed media on them. And I just throw crazy things in here. You found out how to adjust the colors on your tablet. Oh, well, that's cool. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, you were so earlier. Did you see that I responded back? It disappeared for some reason. I don't know why, but I did respond back saying, hey, you're an hour and 45 minutes early. So I just throw random things in here. I'm wondering if I have like a moon. You know what I have that maybe we don't need to dig about? Maybe one of these. Maybe she should be holding the moon. It's gold. It matches. It would be easy to put down. Just a sec. Make a little I also have a heart right there, but she's already got a heart on her chest, so I think that's out. And the bird's going up top, so it's got to be something else. So I'm not seeing it there. So I have 2 of these. The other one's just gold, and they're exactly the same size, and they stack up on top of each other on my shelf. And I just throw random weird stuff in there. Oh, I just don't know what she's holding. I don't know. Put that there. She could hold that, or let's see. She could hold the moon, which is, you know, the moon is in her hands. That's kind of a cool thought, you know. It could be a jewel of some sort. Can't do another heart. What is here? She could hold a number. It's the number 4. I try to make sure that I have somewhat significant pieces, like it makes sense as I go along. And things do come together. I've got these weird pieces here. It's kind of pretty. Or it could be a spiral. No, it's competing with this. It's too big. Okay. We're getting there. We are. I swear we are. What happened to the moon that I had out? Did I put it back? Okay, I'm going to leave it out as an option. Hold on. My treasure chest. So it's got to be smaller than that heart, and just don't find that significant at all. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Look at that. It's a piece of broken antique jewelry. I'm going to hold that way up there. Look at that. It's got baguettes in it. Oh, so beautiful. So new. Oh my gosh, here's some more of this. It's teeny tiny. Sometimes I wonder what I have that's actually gold or real, because I end up, I mean, I've got all this crazy stuff here. I just don't see anything significant. She could hold a key. Here's a teeny tiny key. She could actually, and it could dangle, could be on a chain and dangle right here. Oh my gosh, that's it, you guys. We found it. It could be her key. And I'll put the, whatever I put it on over her finger. I like that. You're excited you can actually see purple and blue. Oh, because you changed the color on your thing. That's funny. All right. That was hard, I've got to say. That was we get over these hurdles though, and this is part of the process, unfortunately. But now I do have something that's significant, because this is the key to her castle right here, where she loves music, and she has a big heart, and it'll tell a story by the time it's done. I need to put some of this crap away. It's in my way. All right, so that's got to go on something really delicate, like, I wonder if I can figure out a way to get it on this. I kind of want to put whatever I use under her finger, though. I didn't glue it all down. So I wonder if I should just use something really thin. Let me see. Digging again. Here we go. It's just part of it. Got this really thin stuff here. I don't use a lot of, I don't hate this one. It's turquoise and brown. So I'm wondering if that's the way to go. I'm going to cut some off here. No, I don't need that much, but and then I'm wondering, I don't think I have anything like a chain that's delicate enough to go under her hand. So I think that's probably the way to go right there. This goes back in here. Delicate, delicate, delicate. Where is it at? Okay. So this is kind of a like turquoise color, and it actually matches. It's exactly that color. So I'm going to, I think, double it, put it through the little hole there. Use my threader. If I can find it. I haven't used it in a while. It's not out here. Oh no. It's okay. I have other options. A wire here that I can use. I don't know where my threader is now. Now I'm wondering, you know. Where is it? I think I might be able to use that if we can't get it through. We'll see. Oh, well. I had it. Fussy. Very fussy. There we go. And I'm going to pull these through. So what I did was double it that way. We were supposed to have like crazy weather this week, and we didn't end up. It passed us like big hail. Like Bill had to park in a weird spot under the tree. They said that we could even have tornadoes, which we don't have those here. Isn't that crazy? We do not have tornadoes. Yeah, that lays nice and flat, you guys. I'll let it dangle, of course, but that's really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that. decide how far down. So I'm going to make a little loop here. Somehow. I swear I am. I don't know how. No, it's pulling apart. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, I can't do it. I'm just going to glue it down. I'm just going to use this glue because it's really, really delicate and it'll work fine. So just going to get a lot of that down there and decide where this is sitting over her finger. I'll glue on her finger too. And then I can trim it. I'll go like this. Glue that down. We're going to let the cross dangle. Glue that down. And then I'll trim that off. Okay. That's perfect, isn't it? That tiny key. It's like her size too. It really is. It's perfect. I love it when things come together. It makes me happy. Okay. So I've never used that thread. I've never used any of that thread. It sits on my desk and I think, oh, maybe I'll use this. And then I never do. So it's one of those things, you know. So I don't want I want the key to move on here. I don't want the key glued. So there's that. Okay, now we're going to be putting this around her head, right? So that means, what is this one? This one. Maybe I can even do a couple layers, like different sizes. If I did that, then I might be able to glue it because then I could put the pieces together and it's a little wider to hold the glue. Oh, you guys, look. It's perfect. That's the piece that I took out. It's not been cut or anything. Okay, well, let's do that. That's amazing. I'll trim this one a little bit. It's got some little stuff hanging off of it here that I need to take off. It's like string caught on it or something. It's so delicate. Yeah, that's two different sizes. You got a lot of snow, Sherry? Wow. Well, I guess it's only, yeah. We've had April snowstorms. I mean, like out of the blue. So this is so awesome. So I think her headpiece is actually covered in pearls or something in the picture, but you can't really see it. So this is wonderful. It really is. Look at that. Oh, this is the giggling. This is the giggling part. Okay, we need more things back here. So if we have this here, I don't want that to stay down. If we have like this here, right here, like this. I'm gonna bring it down further. I don't want anything taller than her, I think. So what I'm gonna have to trim that. I'm just gonna do it, man. I'm just doing it. Okay, like that, right? Guess I shouldn't have cut it right there, but that's okay. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. And then this on this side. Right there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. I do have some Fabri-Tac here. I know where it goes now. Because of her headpiece, we're not doing the other, you know. And I'm going to go ahead and I've got this glue in my hand, so I'm going to go ahead and do it right here because I know where it sits. Okay. All right. I wonder if Fabri-Tac would work on these. Or do I sew it on? Oh, goodness me. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, guys. Trying it. I do have some jewel glue, but it doesn't really, it takes forever to dry. I don't understand it. I don't know why. Okay, Fabri-Tac. Thank you. She's going to get a clear coat, so it doesn't matter if I get her face a little wet. I just don't want globs of glue on it. Let's see. Let's get smaller, smaller, smaller. Couldn't find them. They're underneath her. Fabri-Tac is like cold hot glue. It really is. Come on, lay right. Thank you. And could use a little more glue there. On this side. Why is it laying like that? Here, hold on. There. And you. There. I'll hit it with a heat tool to get any threads off of it too. This is a brand new bottle. It shouldn't be gloopy. And there's something I do when I have extra glue. I start thinking about the glitter. I start thinking about, okay, how am I going to cover that piece that, you know, that has some glue on the sides? And I think, oh, glitter would be nice. And it just kind of sits on the glue that's there. You guys saw me do that last time, I think. Time before. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to see. I think that might hold. It could. If it doesn't, I want to glue her down. That's why I'm taking chances here. If it doesn't, then I don't know why I didn't think about the glossy accents. That definitely will work. It just takes a little longer to dry. So I have options now. And then last resort, if the piece falls off, I will wire it together and then put it on. Okay, so am I putting anything else behind her head? And I kind of think I am. I kind of feel like I want like a spiral or maybe my stamp. Let's see. Uh-oh, we didn't mean to glue that. Maybe that. It would have to be embossed. Or I just take like something like this and put it behind her head. That's the only spiral I have, really. I think if I wanted to spend more time embossing, I would do that one, but I'm not going to. I think this might be nice. So executive decision, or this one. So I don't need it to be whole. I just need it to be okay. Let's see. This goes here. I'm thinking this one right here. Okay. I'm going to get it in place, and maybe I'll just ink it on. I haven't done that for a while. I can do that. Let's see where this goes. Move it over a little bit. And she's going to get some trim right here. I think that'll work. And I might even go ahead and if I hadn't glued the tag down, you know, I would put that underneath, but I don't know. I might catch a little of this and this right here too. I think. What do you guys think? Stringy, stringy. You think stringy? All right, let's take her off. And this This goes right here. Go ahead and bring it down right there. I'm going to use a brush and black, white. I can't use white because I've got this color here, and it's off-white. So it might just stand out weird. I think black. Black. Okay. Let's use some black soot with my brush. I'm doing it, guys. Okay, here we go. Wish I had pixie spray. I've never used it, but for things like this, I can see how it would be helpful. And I have this stuff to rub on this so it doesn't come off. It doesn't have to be dark. It just has to show up. Moved a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to catch a little bit of this around that tag. Hey, it moved. No. I'm using a small brush because I can get in those little cracks and I can control where it's going. Okay, and then this one right here, because in threes, right? And that's something interesting in the corner. I don't have anything on my hands except for that yet. Yesterday, I got so messy. I was going to take a picture and show, and then I forgot when I went downstairs and just like washed my hands, which was silly. There we go. Huh. Okay, I like that. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm going to put a little ink around these edges here where there was just a little bit of white showing. And I'm going to use just some vintage photo. Just this one. I love the key in her hand. You guys see it? That heart is almost glued down now. It's a little cold still, but it's mostly glued. Didn't get glue right there. Let's get that corner. That actually makes that show up better. Famous last words, the heart will pop off now. All right. I hope you're going to stay. I wonder if I can put a little glossy accents over the top of that and it'll go down in between these. Glossy accents is pretty good stuff. You can think about it. If you guys weren't here, I would have sewn that by now. I would have just whipped out my little sewing kit and, done it. Let me get this. More. There we go. No sticky uppy. There we go. You guys know I collect the Queen of Hearts. I will often add the Queen of Hearts to things. That's just what I do. It's what I live for. This one was a ugly pack of cards with cougars on it from the casino that I worked at. Okay, we are going to, I wish I would have put that down just a little bit further. because I might have to put something here. And that's how things get added when I have an opportunity like that. It's not an accident, it's an opportunity. That's just how things get built, you know. The other thing I could do is just darken it. Okay, so I'm going to glue her down. We're doing it. I'm taking the risk. I'm going to do it, guys. Am I going to do it? Anything else I need to do to it? All right, let's go. Let's do this glue. It's a little harsh. Let me find the one. Gotta find the one. This one. Gel medium. Flip her over and hopefully nothing falls off. Not yet. It hasn't. I'll sharpen up these lines after with a bit of doodling, but I don't need to do that on camera. Just, you know, just the edges with like a fine liner. I do need to refill this. I've got a big one underneath. I bet it's really thick because I've had it for years. It's like 4 years old. I mean, I use this glue, but it's not something you use every day. Get the edges. Les croissants, hee hee hee, ha ha ha. I've got a Little Mermaid now in my head. With the cleaver, I hack them in two. All right. So how's everyone doing? Are we doing more things to find joy in our life right now? Because we really need it. We do. Yeah, where did everyone go? I'm just like fiddling along here, guys. So I know this is a process, this kind of weirdness, this madness that I get into, but it's a process I've never shared before because, you know, you're seeing why. There's a lot of maybe this and maybe that's digging around, which I did. I did prepare a lot ahead of time for it this time though. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick the paper clip back on there. What did I do with it? So it holds it in place. There it is. And clean up some of this on the edges where it's squishing out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'll get some clothespins. This is a musical paperclip. It's a music note. It's pretty cool. I just bent it. And I just bent it. It's so cool. I just ruined it. Okay, we're just going to use clips. All right. It's so cool. Watch me destroy it. All right. And then I'm just going to hold this for a minute because it needs it. Like where I can't clip it, this can be clipped on the top, however far it reaches. They need to make clothespins that are just a tad bit longer sometimes for things like this, because that's what I use clothespins for. I don't think anybody's hanging them on the line really anymore. This one keeps coming up. Ugh, I just got glue in my mouth. I sometimes I'm sure my husband wishes my lips would be glued. If you're watching on replay, don't forget the thumbs up. And I hope you're having a good time. I hope you understand kind of what I'm getting into here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab the glossy accents for this. I always have to poke a hole in my glossy accents when I use it. Always. It's always clogged. Need to, hold on. One sec here. Get that in water. All right, so glossy accents right here where it's, because this will dry clear. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit between each thing here. And yeah, that's definitely going to glue it down right there. Definitely. There's a teeny tiny little glue string right here that's hardened. There we go. So I can't glue this down into the center of the box until this is all finished. Because it's hard to get in and like add more glue and do anything else that you might need to do. I don't mind that flower kind of sticking out around the edges, by the way. I don't mind that. So I'm thinking some rickrack would be fun, or some sort of weird trim. Oh, put that there. I think when I put it in the box, let's look at the box, by the way. Let's see where we're at here. When I put it in there, see if it crackled anywhere. It's a little crackly here, crackly there. Okay, I'm going to take some sandpaper to it. It didn't crackle very well. It didn't really like the liquid. Well, I mean, it is a very small crackle. It's crackled there and there, but it's really hard to see. It's pretty crackled here, and it's got a nice texture. So let's do a little bit of sanding on that. So I don't want it to be this color all over. So I'm going to pick the parts where the paint didn't really do anything fun. See the crackle coming off there. Just, you know, it's crackled there. I'm going to take it here. I might dry brush a little red over it too. Like it's had years of paint and it's been changed a lot. I wish there was something we could put on it that made it look like chip and peel. This is nice and crackled right there. It comes off really nicely because it's a layer of almost like glue. This is really nice and crackled there, but we're going to take it off of here. In the center. Look at it peel off because of the crackle. So if I do some other color over it, you can still feel there's crackle medium on it. So it's going to also crackle because the blue was so thin. So I think a little bit of red because our frame is so red. And I will go with this sort of off red color. So let me do that real quick. And we use a piece of paper for a palette, and I don't know where I put it. Where did my palette go? Let's use another piece of paper. Is it under here? Yeah, it is. Right there. I know it's almost time, but we're going to go a little while. If you can't stay, I understand. I completely get it. Did you paint the crackle on thin? No, I didn't, but it is a thin crackle. And then I used a liquid high flow paint. So the crackles are very small on it. But I've never, like I said, used the high flow with the crackle medium. So I don't know. I mean, it's not crackle paste. It's a bit different, really. So I'm going to use this. Where did my little thing go? I don't know where it's at. I've got too much crap on my desk, and I'm completely surrounded, guys. Completely surrounded. Goodness sake. Okay, so I'm going to find a red. We're going to use the, like a sienna or just a little bit more red in it. So I'll mix a little bit up. in the color that we need, or it might be too thin though. This is a nice thick paint. So I guess the thinner your medium, the less likely it is to crackle or show up because, you know, your crackles are smaller. Okay, I'm going to hold up our girl here next to this. Let's see. That's a lot. I'm going to have to get something else to paint when I'm done with this. So we're going to hold this here and maybe get the right color going. I'm going to use palette knife for this. All right. A little bit more of this. Going to end up with a big puddle, huh? I have those new hard books that I got from the thrift store the other day that I can actually put this on. So, okay, I think this time we're going to use this big brush because I've got a lot of paint out here. So I'm going to use this, the kind of brush that works really good for a dry brush. And what you want to do is load your brush up and then take some off. And then I'm going to figure out where this goes. That'll get sanded a little bit. If I find that it's too thick, I will spend some time sanding it, like where I don't want it as thick. So far, so good though. I mean, the color goes, doesn't it? Huh. Getting paint on my shirt. A little thicker right there. I'm going to wipe some of that off. Hopefully this will crackle though. So here. I know it's quiet, isn't it? Kind of got all the corners. Let's see. Maybe right here. Anything I don't like, I can sand off too. Don't forget. And this is the bottom, I believe. Yeah, this is the bottom. Maybe what I can do here. Forgot this piece. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. That is, oh, okay. Hi, Diane. Elmer's glue works greatest crackle medium. Just let it dry. Oh, the lack of information. I found that craft paint works better over the crackle medium. Yeah, it does. And I prefer crackle paste, really. I don't use this one very often, but I haven't had like bad luck with it, really. I mean, and I'm going to do a bit of sanding. So what I'll do is figure out where it has crackled, because there's still medium on it. And then I'm going to take like a little, like a file, and sand off little bits. And it matches the inside too. Look at that. Woohoo! And there's so much paint here. I think I can probably do this. It'll get another coat too, but I'm going to be I'm probably going to drill some holes in the top and the bottom. I will hang something from the bottom. That's the plan, at least. And put something on top like it's a shelf. All right. And maybe I'll sand this instead of, I mean, it's not really going to show, but it's going to show. There we go. Oh, why did I do that? Okay, I'm going to set this off to the side on a piece of paper, like that. I swear. I've got some antique nails, and they're the kind that are handmade, and they're like square, and they have irregular tops, and I can't find them. I really want them to, I'm going to put this in here. I only do this if the books are beat up. I just got these the other day because my other one is nearly full. And that's what I put all my old, all the paint that's left over from a palette. That's where it goes, is usually with a palette knife. I just, with no plan in mind, just knowing that it's going to go there and kind of be a background, or it could get covered or whatever. I'm doing this one really thick. All right, I'm going to set this off to dry, and don't touch anything because it's really, really, really wet. It's really, really, really wet. And then I have this one. These are the two I just got, so. All right. You can go away. I'm going to put this on the back counter. The last few streams I went a little long. Usually after about 2 hours, I'm like, my brain is fried. But I've been doing better because I'm doing it for different reasons now, I think. There's a lot of, horseshoe nails. Yeah, kind of like, yeah, that's it. That's what they are. I never even thought about that. Good call there, Diane. But anyway, I'm doing this to balance my nervous system, and not for the reasons that we used to be doing it for, just to create art and have those 2 hours. But so I've been more into what I'm doing, I guess, because I'm making myself get in the zone. And that zone is so important for you. If you love something and you can focus on it for a little while and get in that zone, you can, heal wounds. I mean, you can, get your head in a different place. I love this. I really love it. I'm going to take the Stabilo, and where do I set these? Okay, because I'm probably going to need them again. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Glue, paint, it's cool. I'm going to have to take them downstairs and give them a scrub. We know that. And that water is disgusting. All right. Where was I? Do I want to put some, I've got some other things here. This one and this one. I've got these ones that look like they've been dipped in oil. And I've got these gold ones, but there's also some pearls in here. And I never owned any of these before and recently discovered that I love them. I do. They're, you know, gold in all sizes. It kind of brings out the key. I think gold is the way to go. I do love them. And for these, I do use glossy accents to glue them down. So what I'm thinking is her headpiece, finishing it off, because you can see the top sticking out still. And I can use teeny tiny, the pearly ones. Oh, thanks, Eddie. Glad you're back. Let's see. So I'm going to find the pearly ones in here, and they're teeny tiny. So we're just finishing off. Let's see. Right. Come on, get in there. Oh, you butt head. There. Okay. Glue on my thing here. It's pretty common getting glue on your thing, you know, around here. Here. Let's see. I have enough of those pearly ones. Certainly I must. There we go. There's a bunch of different sizes in there. Oh, that put two of them on there. There's another tiny one. Okay. Just go ahead. You can hang out there. And I'll use another tiny one right there. And I picked up three of them. Bill's grandma gave me this thing. It's really handy. I guess that's why I never really used the flat back stuff. I mean, I had some, you know, random, not entire sets. And this stuff is made for fingernails, some of them. Like the small pearly ones that I'm using. Made for fingernails. You know. Nope, nope, nope. Two, but that's okay. Oh, they're beautiful. They look like opals. That little one right there. No, it's too small. There's some teeny tiny ones in here because they're for nails. The pearl ones. They're so small though. I'm kind of doing different sizes here. I don't have to cover the whole thing because her head's kind of turned and it could be that you can't see it. So maybe I will take the teeny tiniest if I can pick one up without picking up everything else. There it is. It's so small. Oh, I need glue. I picked it up though. We'll see. Did you guys hear the train just now? You must have. We're, you know, 2 blocks from the train. Oh, another little one sitting there. Move to the end. Move to the end. Come on. To the edge. Ah, you little butthead. Right there. Come on, flip over. It's like a miracle to get them. It's like little turtles. You got to flip onto their back. Oh, it's too far into the wax. Seriously. It won't let go. I think I've got it dipped in the glue by now. And oh, come on. Okay. I lost it. They're so small. and fussy. I got it on there, but it's not flat. No, they're turning over on me. I think I need more wax. So I know this is riveting. This must be riveting, watching me put on these tiny jewels and cuss at them along the way. That one's too big, isn't it? Put it there. Let's see. Oh, we need one on the other end. I'm almost done with this. Come on, right size, right size. Let's go. Right size on your front. Not like a turtle flipped over, please. Little pearl. Oh, that one's way too big. Now it's got glue on its back. Not good. Not good. Okay, not you. Oh. There we go. Way better. And one more, and we're done with these. These don't take very long to dry with the glossy accents, actually, because I mean, it's not very much. And these things aren't heavy. You're not using a whole lot of glossy accents. Come on, I need the right size. Where are you? I don't need a turtle on its back here. Little butthead. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, it's crooked. I'm so mad at it. There. Whew. Does that mean I need some little ones right there? Darn it. Okay, so how's she doing? We covered her pearls on her head because you couldn't really see them. And now her head is covered in opals and diamonds. And I love it. Okay, I'm going to put a little extra to make sure that that stays down right there. All right. I might fuss with that a little bit more. I might decide that she needs more, but I'll do it after. Okay, so we've glued her down. Her flower's coming out a little bit. I think that we have hit the point where we can finish our box tomorrow, hopefully. And tomorrow we're going to have kind of a fence maybe, or get another piece because this isn't very long. And then I've got kind of a horse perhaps right here or on top. There is an indent on top, so if I decide that I'm going to put anything small like that, I'm going to have it up on something. But you know, I'm just going to add some little bits of this and that, and from our box of goodies here, you know, the larger pieces, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have it finished. Oh, definitely one of these, so it has a place to hang something, and I think some chains, necklaces of some sort, rosary type necklaces. I don't know. Let's see. I missed a bunch. What does a turtle and a prostitute have in common? You wish you were so disciplined and less ADD to sit down and start and finish a project. My crafting really suffers. I tell you what, I don't usually do this kind on camera because there's a lot of, you guys see, there's a lot of time where I'm not really doing anything but making decisions and trying things out. There's a lot of auditioning going on. Yeah, so that's why. But in the end, I think I planned ahead for this, and I've been able to kind of get a little further than maybe I would have had if it was like a collaboration and I had a deadline. This would have taken me a week, from morning till night, with me pulling my hair out and being crazy until I got over the hump. So till I got over that point where, it passed the ugly stage and I was in the zone and I was giggly and, and usually these projects when I'm finished, I'm giggling, because I love them so much. And you guys have seen my collaboration projects. Jenny, have you seen any of my collaboration projects? Usually it's just like a show and tell. You should go and look at my collaboration list if you haven't, to kind of see where all of this, goes for me and the kind of stuff I do with that. Yeah, no, there's a lot of back and forth with this. You have 5 junk journals that need finishing. Eddie, I have a deal. I actually have many junk journals and I will, or art journals. They're more of an art junk journal for me. And 3 altered books. And I pick them up as the mood strikes because they all have a different feeling and that's okay. Yeah, Jenny, and no, it's on my channel, in my collaboration list. And they were collaborations for makers, but they're on my channel. They're in a plastic storage box. Wait. Oh, all your journals are in a box? I have mine all over the place. They're out. I mean, like I can reach for a couple here. And like I have this. This was one of the things that I did for a collaboration, and I didn't often do books, but this was the rainy day book. It sits on my desk. I have the hard books that I work on. I have 3 altered books. I have the circus journal that I've got all that in a box. It's not out, but this one is, one that I was scraping paint on, and I'll add to it as I go, so you do it when whatever mood strikes, and it's okay to have 5 that are unfinished. I'm all about that. And I'm sorry, Diane, I haven't been able to watch any videos yet about the Thursday thing, but I will. Oh, thank you. Yeah, makers, you missed doing the collaboration. Yeah, I haven't even been to a Sunday. I'm not gel printing really a whole lot right now, so you're still living in a small space that you share with your brother. Oh, you're not back in your house yet, Eddie? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Okay, so I will be back here tomorrow at noon my time. So it would be the same time that it started for you today, whatever time that is where you're at in Australia or around the world. I know we didn't have very many people here today, and that's okay because it's not my normal day. I'm going to advertise tomorrow, and maybe we'll get some new friends from TikTok too. Come watch the lives. They aren't much fun. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Here, take a bite of this. It's gross. What are you saying? Come watch the lives. They aren't much fun. Yeah. Oh, they are so much fun. Okay. Yeah. Take a bite of this. It's delicious. That's really funny. Okay. Well, thank you guys for being here. If you're watching on replay, please remember the thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoy this sort of project, because I need to know if this is something that we should be working on again in the future. So, because this is a maiden voyage on video here, but not my maiden voyage for this kind of thing. So just let me know what you think. If you had fun, if this is the kind of thing you'd like to try, I think that's wonderful. Thank you so much, you guys. And I hope that you have a wonderful Friday, and I see you tomorrow at noon. And did I say all the stuff? I think I said all the stuff. I love you guys. Mwah. Go have fun. Get messy.